Hi everyone, this is Mike with Play More Games, and today we're going to do a playthrough of Scenario 1 of the brand new The Enemy is at the Gates, which is Module 2 in the Company Scale System Modern Warfare series. So, this is called Getting Gatow, and Gatow is an airfield right here. And this is basically 0 hour of the Soviet attack, or Warsaw Pact attack, I should say. And in this scenario, basically, it's a short scenario, it's an introductory scenario, so if you've never played CSS, this is as good a place as any to start, I would say. Basically, what it's going to come down to is a 4-turn scenario is who holds this hex at the end of the game. Now this is my 3rd playthrough. And the first time the Warsaw Pact lost, the second time the Warsaw Pact won. So this is kind of the rubber match here. So I'm going to manage the division charts off camera just so I can kind of keep it focused on this area. And I will go over anything that I think comes up as relevant. So there's a couple of things to point out. Now, I know everyone's least favorite word is errata. That goes for designer, publisher, player. Unfortunately, there is a little bit, but it's mostly in the realm of clarifications, which Adam Starkweather has been very, very nice in getting those through. So there's a couple of things that I want to point out before we get started. So first, the Ministry of National Defense, which is the Warsaw Pact division that's attacking, only has direct command shits. There are no division shits, there are no formation shits. Now, if you're a series veteran, that means a couple of things. It means, one, the assault process for this division, and there are a couple divisions that are like this in the game. I won't list them all here because I don't remember. But the Ministry of National Defense will assault on direct command shits. So when the direct command shit is pulled, you can pay for an assault, place the chit, and then the next time the command shit is pulled, you can resolve. Another thing to know in this, as a result of this, is once special weapons are assigned, they cannot be reassigned. If you recall, the special weapon process is something that happens on dispatch and formation chits, and not on direct command chits. So basically, you'll assign your special weapons at the start, and that's kind of where they stay. So choose wisely. Another thing worth pointing out, and I'll zoom us in once we get a little bit closer to the airfield here so you can get a better look, is that, I'll give you an example here. I have a stack of units. So we have this special weapon, which is a 5. That should read +5. So in this stack, we have, let's start with this as our base. So 5, 10, can't use that one, 11, 12 potential firepower, 13 if we use concentrated fire, but there would really be no reason to. So this is a stack of doom. The way that works, I think is kind of nice. The World War II games are very, very attritional. Like, I think even when I did like a stack of doom with some Marines and say like a Saipan module, their deployed firesides I think were 4. If you had 3 in the hex, you could get up to 6. Maybe attach a special weapon so you have a modified firepower of 7 before any defense. So, and that's really bringing everything you've got against the hex. So, I would say that you can definitely, if you want to be clearing counters off the board, I think that this will be a good module for you. What else is worth mentioning? Yeah, I think that's probably enough to just get us started here. So what I am going to do is, for the first chit of the game, I'm going to do like an interrupt here, and spend 2 dispatch points from the British division here. So they start the scenario with 4, which means they'll have 2 at the start of next turn. Now I'm going to leave this mortar unit here. There's really no reason to bring it up. These units are infantry sections, companies, so you can see they're pretty good. So they're on their black side, so roads, they're going to easily be able to make it to here. So I won't bother counting them out. And what I will kind of do is kind of spread them around. I don't like, and this is a your mileage may vary type situation, I don't want to give the the Soviets a big target. I think if you clump your units together, you're asking to kind of get wiped out. So we're not going to do that. So that was the whole chit. So then we'll pull the first chit here. And it's the wind chit, so there's no effect because there's no barrage markers on the board. Okay. So M&D direct command, there are 3 of these in the cup to start. So the first thing I'll do is I'll roll for more command points. So that's going to be 3 plus their command rating, which is 4, so they'll get 7. That'll bring them up to 10. Now, here's what I'm going to do. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to take just these 2 units here. Well, this unit and this special weapon, this will count as 1. So firepower will be 10. We have a range of 8. We have good line of sight on the airport. So we're just going to roll a fire combat. Now it's a white firepower unit. So we can choose high explosive or armor piercing, and we're going to choose high explosive. So this will be on the yellow column, and we're firing at a hex. Alright, so I rolled a 4, and let's just run through the modifiers the first time, okay? So we're going to add or subtract the defense value of the unit being fired upon. Okay, so they're both deployed, so the defender gets to choose. So we'll use the one with no defense modifier. Support weapons, we've already calculated. There are no status markers. We're not going to do any additional units, so that's case D. Case E is if this unit is deployed, which it is, we can use the defensive value. So this is coded as a light brown, which is technically our village, so it's going to be a -1. Right? So firepower is modified to 9. We're not doing concentrated fire, that way we can keep a opportunity fire zone. And since we are at range of more than 2 hexes, -3 to the fire value, so we're coming down to a 6. So 4 is going to be a good target, a good hit. So it's going to be 3 DGs, which is a very good hit. Let me find one of my markers here. Alright, 3 DGs and a route check. Now the units are deployed, so we can basically choose which one is going to do the route check. So we'll choose the one with the normal troop quality, and that's a 1. I was going to pass either way. Okay, so that cost us 1 direct command, and then we're going to follow up with this mortar, which is going to be a 4, modified down to a 3 for the defensive terrain. There's a lot fewer modifiers for indirect. So it's a 6. That's not going to do anything other than place a medium barrage marker on the hex. So that'll take us down another direct command. So I'll just put these over here. This unit can cross the wire for free because of the breach marker. This is a clear hex. So for a leg unit, just 1 and then 2. Now since this is a direct command, there are no second actions. So that's as far as it can go. And then the rest of these guys, we have 3 infantry sections and a leader. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4 into here. We are tempting fate by staying in a clear hex. So we'll go 1, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then these guys are here. Okay, so that's the direct command chit. Let's see. So we can pull our next chit and more direct commands. And I didn't pay for the other 4 units I moved. So I'll move us back down to 4. We'll roll for more direct commands. So we're going to get another 7. You should have no problem having enough direct commands to do everything you want to do. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to fire the big gun here again. So we already calculated it last time. We're starting at 10 and then we're subtracting 4. 3 for range and then 1 for terrain, so we're looking at a 6. Wow, that's too bad for them. And then we'll reroll the indirect fire. That's not going to do it either. So that's 2 of our direct commands. Alright, so then this flamethrower hex, our unit will target them. Alright, so that's going to be 4 minus 1 is 3. Nope. There was a chance it would burn if we did if we had rolled a 0 or 1, I think there was a chance that it would burn. And now that I realize, I think I've made a mistake. I'm kind of rusty at this game, so okay. Yeah, so only 1 fire action may be performed from each hex during an activation. So basically what I'm going to do to fix it is nothing. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. But we know that now. Alright, so then we're going to take this 8 strength unit and we're going to shoot at these guys here because there's a weapon that they want to try and destroy. So it's going to be an 8. Ooh, good hit. So it's 2 DG and a suppression. I'm looking for a suppression marker. Okay. Yeah, so that's a very good hit. And then these units will slide that way. Now because this unit is suppressed, it has no fire zone, so it's not going to take any opportunity fire shots. Alright, let's pull another chit. Would you look at that? Okay, so this time they get 6 command points. Alright. So we'll fire with the big one here. It's going to be a 6. Okay. That will be 3 DGR. So they've already got 3 DG. So 1 DG brings it up to 4, and then the excess begins to eliminate units. So those 2 units are eliminated. The barrage marker will remain in place. So that's 1. And then we're going to take this guy here. We're going to move him 1, 2, 3. We'll have him set up for barrages there. Then we're going to take this 5 strength unit here and target that hex. This guys will do concentrated fire, so that'll get them up to a 6. So it's a 0. So that's a DGS. Units that are suppressed are suppressed again are held off to prison. So basically, in essence, they surrender and are taken to Stasi prison. Probably not a very nice place. That's outside the scope of the scenario. So we're just going to set them off to the side. The Warsaw Pact has gotten a very lucky run of chits here. That's not always the case. So we'll bring these guys to here. That's no problem. And then we're going to put these guys under the barrage marker. So now they just have to hold the hex to the end of the scenario. They're set up to do it. Alright. So, the last chit of the turn is the NATO Direct Command chit, but only division and formation chits are saved to be played at the end of next turn. So basically this is going to be ignored. That was about as bad as it could have gone for NATO. I cheated a little by firing twice from the same hex, but that didn't really matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the win chit and the NATO Direct Command chit back in the cup. Those 2 are automatic. And then we're going to look at our divisions. So the Warsaw Pact has 2 dispatch points, and we're just going to spend 1 of them. So then we only get 1 direct command. You spend 1 each for the first 2, and then for the third that costs 2. So now we'll roll for more dispatch points. So we rolled a 9, which unlike another game system, they would lose a point, but for this we just get 1. The Allies have a little bit more of a difficult decision to make here, because they're in trouble. So do they spend the division chit? Do they purchase the formation chit for 1, or do they play it as an interrupt for 2? And I think what we'll do is we definitely need to take action. So we're going to not purchase it. That way we can play it first, basically. Okay, so we'll roll to see how many points they get, and they get 1 as well. So they go up 1, and now I'm going to take them down 2, and we're going to play this first. Okay, so this is the start of the second turn. There are potentially 4 turns. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to flip him over. And let's see. Alright, we're going to do a fire action, and we're going to fire at the units inside the hex. They're a bigger threat. So we'll do 8 or 5. They have a defense of 1, so this is going to be 4. Alright, 2 DGR and a route check. So we'll put this down. And we'll roll for our route check. So 6. Their troop quality is, starting with a troop quality of 4, -1 for the DG is 3, but the leader and the terrain is going to make it a pass. So, next, we'll flip this unit over. And we'll move to right here. Flip this unit over, and we'll move to right there. Lastly, we have our mortar. We're going to drop our mortar on the target hex, the airport hex. It's going to be a miss. We have a firepower of 4. Which, with the defensive bonus and the technically village hex, they barely pass. Alright, next chit. NATO direct commands. Okay, a lucky break for NATO. So they rolled a 1, which means that they're just going to get, I think it's 7. It says 7 on the division card, but some of these scenarios they're actually lower. Okay, I guess it is 7. Alright, that's fine. Okay. So, let's fire this unit here. Nope. We'll fire at the flamethrower unit. Nope. And then lastly, this unit will also fire at the flamethrower unit. Nope. So that's 3 direct commands. And then we have this mortar unit, and we're going to drop the mortar on the flamethrower hex. That's a good hit. Okay, so that is 2 DGR. So let's do our route check. Oh, they pass. If you hear that crunching sound, that is my cat. She's come to eat dinner. Okay, so there's only a couple chits in here, and we pull MND direct command. The other one is the wind chit, which means it's going to be discarded, which means these winds are going to stay on the board here. Alright, so let's get their direct commands. Okay, so they're going to have plenty. Alright, so should I rally or should I attack? Well, let's start with this unit here. It's 5, so this has a defense of 1, and then terrain is 2, so modified 3. We'll do concentrated fire. Nope. So it'll cost me 1. We'll move this guy. 1, 2, 3. This mortar here will target. I will take the one in the open here. the Wombat 2. It's a DGR, so let's roll the route check. It passes the route check. Just 1 second. Alright. Now what we'll do is we'll rally this one. And then here, this is a DG2. Maybe it wasn't, maybe I messed that up. Alright, we'll attack this unit here. That'll be good enough to do it. So DGR star. 7. Yes, that's going to be a pass. Alright, and then lastly, we'll take this guy over here. Okay, so that's the end of the turn. The last chit is the win chit, so it's going to get discarded, which I think is probably in NATO's favor at this point, just because they have fewer units under barrage markers than the Warsaw Pact. Alright, so same thing. Warsaw will buy 2 direct command chits and roll for more dispatch points. They get a 2, so they get 2 points back. The Allies, they get 3 command dispatch points. That's good, because they only had 1. Which means we'll do the same thing again. Priority play this formation chit. Alright, so first things first. We're going to target the airport hex with this unit. That's a narrow miss. I could have done concentrated fire, but I didn't declare it, and that is literally the difference. I feel like that's a little... whatever. Alright, here we will do concentrated fire. Miss. And then we have this unit here. I guess we'll just do a rally action. And then this unit here will bombard the airport hex. 2. It's going to be a DGR. So we'll roll the R. 5. With the leader, that's going to be enough to pass. Alright, so kind of a lackluster chit for NATO. So let's pull the next one. And that is Ministry of National Defense Direct Commands. Okay. Alright, so first we'll do this one. And we'll do a concentrated fire. I don't have another marker handy, so I'll just slide that down. Alright, so 6 modified to 4, 0. 2 DGS, it's a good result. And then this one here, we'll do the same thing, a concentrated fire. Alright, that is a 3rd DG and a route check, which it's going to pass. The NATO units are going to have a hard time routing. It's going to be probably pretty rare to see. They have high troop quality values and good defense ratings. Okay. So next, we'll take the units under the barrage marker and we'll just rally them. Then we'll take these units here and shoot these units here. That's going to be a miss. Next we'll take this stack here and hit this unit here. That's going to be a modified 10. This could be pretty bad for them. 2 DGR. Could have been a lot worse. We'll roll a route check. 9. So that's an automatic fail. That's pretty much the only way that it's going to happen, is if you roll a 9. I'm clipping some of these counters as we go, so that's why it's taking a minute here. I hope you don't mind too much. Now, since they failed the route check and they're deployed, they are pinned. If they were in column, they would route to HQ. There are no HQs in this scenario, so they would be eliminated. And then I have this unit here, which will drop on this unit here in the clear. 7. Do we have a barrage marker here? We don't. That's going to be another medium barrage. Kind of hoping for some wind so I don't have to, so I can reuse some of these markers. I'm sure at this point you can kind of have an idea of where this scenario is going. Alright, next chit is the wind chit. So that's going to be good for everyone. but I think especially for NATO, if they want really any chance of winning this scenario. Next, another Warsaw Pact Direct Command chip, which means that once again, NATO is kind of going to get hosed. 5. So we'll start with this one here. We'll do another concentrated fire, so it's going to be a 6 firepower attack. 0. It's going to be a 2 DGS. I'm just going to put them at 4 DG, or 5. It's going to eliminate that unit. And if it wasn't eliminated, they'd be going to prison. This unit will move to here. This unit will rally. This unit will also rally. This unit will fire. That's a good hit. It's 2 DGS. So it's going to put them at 4 DG. And they are suppressed. And then this unit here will drop attack here. So that's going to be exactly 4. And indirect fire strength modifiers does not use unit defensive values. Use the defensive value of the target hex if units are deployed, they are not. So that's going to be a 2 DGR. I'm going to pass the route check. So that'll take them to DG level 3. I could have sworn I just pulled a 3 off of here somewhere. Where did I put it? Alright. Alright. That's the end of the turn. Last choose the NATO unit, the NATO one, so that's discarded. At this point, NATO has less than no chance of taking this hex. So I'm debating if I want to see if I can kill these guys with the Warsaw Pact. It's probably not that interesting. Alright. So we'll just call it here. Yeah. So you can see, if you've played other CSS titles, that these units attrit very quickly, especially with the powerful stacks. But even so, the order that the chits come out is important, and of course what you roll is important too. I mean, there are some good firepower, strong firepower attacks that make it so even I could have a hard time messing it up, but I think this is a nice little scenario to get some of the core concepts down. There's lots of stuff that, wow, I didn't even do. So we didn't shoot any missiles. So there was a missile here unit that was killed pretty fast. I didn't use the whiskey or the cognac. I didn't do any assaults. That's a big one. There were no tank units or any of that. We didn't do any engineering actions. What I should have done was maybe bring this unit into the airport hex and start digging in. But yeah, this is a nice little warm-up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you notice any mistakes, please point them out. I am rusty in the system, and I had a lot of fun putting this together. This is my third try. NATO won once, Warsaw Pact won twice. So what I'll do is I'll break this down and we'll get ready for scenario 2. Depending on the size of that, I may or may not be able to record it. I know Compass usually sits on the modules for about 6 months after the games are published, but this is definitely one I could see myself doing a video series on. So thanks for watching. I know this is kind of a long video, but I hope you enjoyed. Take care.